The city was loud that afternoon. Cars honked. People shouted. Vendors called out their prices. And in the middle of this noise, one word cut through everything. Filthy. A woman's voice. Sharp. Cold. Full of disgust. A street seller froze. His hands still on the cart. Fruit rolled on the dirty road. The woman, in high heels and designer glasses, pulled her white coat away like something touched it. Don't come near my car, she snapped. You and your filthy cart. Move. People on the street turned to look. Some stopped walking. One girl quietly raised her phone and started recording. The street seller's lips trembled. His name was Eli. He bent down to pick oranges from the ground. His fingers shook. The woman scoffed. People like you ruin this city. She turned to leave. She had no idea. The man she just called filthy would soon be standing in front of a whole school, telling the world who she really was. The sun burned on the busy road. Eli pushed his small cart to the same spot he stood every day. Under a broken streetlight. Near a big fashion store. He sold fruits. Apples, bananas, oranges. Simple things. Cheap things. Things he hoped would pay for his little sister's medicine. He wiped each fruit with an old clean cloth. He spoke softly to himself. Just a few more sales today, he whispered. Please God. Let me afford her treatment. His hands were rough. His shirt was old. But his eyes were kind. Across the street, a shiny black SUV stopped in front of the fashion store. The door opened. A woman stepped out in heels that cost more than Eli made in a month. Her name was Olivia. She owned a famous boutique. Everyone in her world knew her as Madame Olivia. Gold bracelet. Diamond earrings. Perfect hair. Perfect makeup. But her heart was not so perfect. Her teenage daughter, Mia, followed behind her. Mia held shopping bags and tried to keep up. Mia, hurry, Olivia said. We don't have all day. As Olivia walked toward the store, she passed Eli's cart. Just then, a boy bumped Eli by mistake. The cart shook. A few fruits rolled off and hit the road. One orange lightly touched the bottom of Olivia's white coat. She stopped. Slowly, she turned her head and looked down. A tiny orange smudge. Barely anything. But in her mind it was a crime. Olivia's eyes turned cold. Are you serious? She shouted. Eli quickly bent down. I am so sorry, madam. The boy pushed. Don't talk, she cut him off. Do you know how much this coat costs? Eli's throat felt dry. I can clean it, madam. Clean it. She laughed loudly. With what? Your filthy hands. Her words stabbed deeper than any knife. People began to stare. Mia looked at her mother, uncomfortable. Mom, it's just a little mark, she whispered. It's not. Not what? Olivia snapped at her own daughter. Do you want your mother to walk around like this? Eli swallowed hard. He looked at the ground. I didn't mean. People like you, Olivia said, pointing a finger at him, should not be allowed near decent areas. Look at you. Dirty shirt. Dirty cart. Filthy. Each word hit him like a slap. His ears burned. He could feel everyone's eyes on him. His vision blurred for a moment. On the sidewalk, a girl named Grace, a college student, watched everything. Her phone was already recording. She zoomed in on Olivia's angry face. Then on Eli's shaking hands, picking up fruit from the dust. A small child tugged at Eli's shirt. Uncle, the child whispered, are you okay? Eli forced a weak smile for the child. But his eyes filled with tears. Olivia lifted her chin. She turned to her driver. If this man ever comes near my car again, make sure he is moved. I don't want this dirt near me. Eli froze. Madam, please, he said softly. This is the only place I can sell. I pay the city fee. I'm not hurting anyone. Go somewhere else, she replied. You're spoiling the view of my store. His chest tightened. For a second he thought he might faint. Without another word, Olivia walked into her boutique. The glass door closed behind her. Mia glanced back at Eli. Her eyes met his. He quickly looked away, ashamed. Grace stopped recording. She looked down at the video. Angry tears sat in her eyes. How can someone talk like that? She muttered. She opened her social media app. Title: Rich lady calls street vendor filthy for touching her coat. She uploaded the video. As she pressed post, she had no idea. This one video would turn Olivia's whole world upside down. What happens when the world finally sees who Olivia really is? That night, Eli sat in his small room. The ceiling fan made a soft, tired sound. His sister lay on a thin mattress. She coughed weakly. Bye, she whispered. Did you earn enough today for my medicine? Eli opened his small money box. He counted his notes and coins slowly. Not enough. Again. He turned his face away so she wouldn't see his eyes. Almost, he lied gently. Don't worry. Tomorrow will be better. He remembered Olivia's voice. Filthy. People like you. He closed his eyes. A tear slipped down his cheek. He felt small. Invisible. Less than human. Meanwhile, across the city, phones started buzzing. Grace's video was spreading. People watched Olivia scream at Eli. They saw the fruit on the ground. They heard the word, filthy. Comments flowed in. How can she talk to him like that? He's working hard. She should be ashamed. I know that boutique. Never buying from there again. Respect is for everyone, rich or poor. By morning, the video had thousands of views. Then tens of thousands. Olivia's boutique page was flooded with angry messages. Madam, have you seen this? Her assistant, Daniel, asked, holding up his phone. Olivia sipped her expensive coffee without looking. Another silly trend? She said. I don't have time for that. It's about you, Daniel whispered. Her hand stopped midair. What? He pressed play. Her own voice filled the office. People like you should not be allowed near decent areas. Filthy. The color drained from her face. Turn it off, she snapped. But it was too late. The sound was already echoing in her head. Madam, this video, it's everywhere, Daniel said carefully. People are very angry. They are calling you heartless, cruel. They're saying they will boycott the boutique. Olivia felt a strange fear in her chest. People forget, she said finally. This will die in a few days. But it didn't. By afternoon, one of her biggest clients called. Olivia, we can't work with you anymore, the woman said coldly. Your image will damage our brand. What? Over one street seller? Olivia argued. He was dirty. My coat. Goodbye, Olivia. The line went dead. One by one, 2 more clients cancelled. Her designer friends stopped replying to her messages. She scrolled through her own social media. New comments appeared every second. Money doesn't make you better. Shame on you, Madame Olivia. He is a human too. Apologize to him. For the first time, she felt something heavy inside. Not anger. Not pride. Something else. Was it shame? She shook the feeling away. On the street, Eli stood in his usual place. But something was different today. People walked up to him with kind eyes. Are you the man from the video? A woman asked. Eli hesitated. Yes, madam. But I don't want trouble. She pressed money into his hand. You don't deserve that kind of insult, she said softly. Here, keep the change. Another man came. I saw the video. You're a hard worker. Don't let people like her crush you. More and more customers came. His cart was empty by noon. He had never sold so much. But even with all this, his heart was not full of joy. He still heard her voice in his head. That evening as he packed up, a car stopped near him. A simple white car this time. A woman stepped out. She wore plain clothes and a warm smile. Are you Eli? She asked. Yes, madam. I'm Principal Grace Carter from Hillview School, she said. We're having a respect and kindness event next week. We want our students to learn that every human being deserves dignity. She took a breath. We saw what happened to you. We also saw how calm you stayed. We'd like you to come and speak to the students. To share your story. Eli blinked. Me? I'm just a fruit seller. She smiled gently. Exactly. That's why they need to hear you. He looked down at his worn shoes. His hands shook again. But this time, for a different reason. Will they listen to me? He whispered. They will, she replied. And there's one more thing. The school wants to buy fruits for our lunch program from a local seller. We would like to give that contract to you. His heart stopped for a second. A contract? He repeated. Regular income? Yes. Every week. His eyes filled with tears. Thank you, he said, voice breaking. You don't know what this means for my family. Grace smiled. One more thing, Eli. There is someone else who will be at that event. Who? He asked. She looked toward the big fashion store in the distance. The video has upset many parents. One of them is a big sponsor of our school. He is also very close to the woman in that video. She paused. We have invited Olivia to sit in the front row. Eli's breath caught. In his mind, he saw again her face. Her finger pointing. The word filthy. He closed his eyes. Will you still come? Grace asked. He opened them slowly. Yes, he said. I will come. What will happen when the filthy street seller stands on stage, and the rich woman must face him in front of everyone? The school hall was full. Parents, teachers, Students in neat uniforms. A big banner hung at the front. Respect, every human matters. On the side wall, a large projector screen waited. Mia sat in the front row nervous. She held her phone tightly. Beside her sat Olivia, her face stiff, lips pressed thin. Why did I have to come here? Olivia muttered. I have important meetings. Mia looked down. Mom, maybe they want to talk about what happened. Olivia rolled her eyes. I said what I said. That man. Mom, Mia whispered. The whole world saw it. I see it every time I open my phone. It hurts. Olivia opened her mouth to reply, but the principal walked up to the mic. Good morning, everyone, Principal Grace said. Today, we are here to talk about respect. About how we treat people who seem less than us. Her eyes moved slowly across the hall. Some of you may have seen a video that went viral this week. A murmur filled the hall. Olivia's heart pounded. She shifted in her seat. We invited 2 special guests today, Grace continued. One is a hard-working man who sells fruit on our streets. The other is someone many of you know from that video. Olivia's hands went cold. Mia swallowed hard. First, Grace said, I want to invite our guest Eli to the stage. A side door opened. Eli walked in, wearing the cleanest shirt he owned. It was still old, but it was neatly ironed. He looked at the crowd. His legs felt weak, but he kept walking. Mia's eyes widened. That's him, she whispered. Olivia stared, stunned. He looked different up here. Not dirty. Not small. Just human. Eli reached the mic. His hands shook slightly. He took a breath. Good morning, he said softly. My name is Eli. I sell fruits on the street near a big fashion store. The hall was silent. There was a day, he continued, when my cart was bumped. Some fruit fell. One orange touched a lady's coat. He paused. At that moment, in front of everyone, she called me filthy. Whispers started in the hall. On the screen behind him, the video began to play. Everyone saw Olivia shouting. They heard her voice. They saw Eli bending down to pick the fruit with shaking hands. The camera zoomed on his face. The pain. The humiliation. Students gasped. Some parents looked shocked. Some shook their heads in disgust. Mia felt her eyes burn. Her own mother on a big screen, hurting a man who did nothing wrong. Olivia's heart slammed in her chest. But she couldn't escape. There was nowhere to hide. Eli kept speaking. When she called me filthy, he said, I believed her for a moment. I went home and felt less than human. I felt like just dirt. His voice cracked. I work hard. I wake up early. I push a heavy cart every day so my sister can have medicine. So I can live with dignity. But that day, one word almost took my dignity away. He looked at the students. Children, he said gently, maybe you see people on the street. Cleaners, guards, maids, drivers, street sellers. You might think they are less than you because of their clothes, their work, or their money. He shook his head. But they are not less. We all feel pain. We all deserve respect. Some students had tears in their eyes. If you were in my place, he asked softly, looking straight at the camera, how would you feel? Silence. Then he turned, very slowly, toward the front row. Toward Olivia. Her eyes were glossy. Her face was pale. Eli's gaze was calm, but strong. I do not hate the lady who insulted me, he said. I just want her and everyone to remember. Your words can break someone's heart. Or lift them up. Grace stepped forward. Madam Olivia, she said clearly into the mic, would you like to say something? All eyes turned to her. Her throat closed. Her hands trembled. For the first time in a long time, Olivia felt truly small. She stood up slowly. Her heels felt heavier than ever as she walked to the stage. Each step echoed. She faced the hall. Then she turned to Eli. Up close, she could see the lines on his face. The tiredness. The quiet strength. Her voice was barely a whisper. I am that woman, she said. The one in the video. A hush fell over the hall. I called him filthy, she continued. I called him dirt. I thought my money, my clothes, my store made me better than him. Her eyes filled with tears. I was wrong. Her voice cracked. Her shoulders shook. She looked at Eli. I am so sorry, she said, tears running down her cheeks now. I hurt you in front of everyone. I took away your respect. I forgot that you are a person, just like me. Please forgive me. The hall watched in shock. A rich woman, known for her pride, now crying in front of a street seller. Eli's eyes were wet too. He took a slow breath. I forgive you, he said softly. Olivia blinked, stunned. But, he added gently, Use your voice differently now. Don't just be kind to me because people are watching. Be kind to the guard at your gate, the maid in your house, the driver of your car, the worker in your store. They all have hearts too. She nodded, crying harder. I will, she whispered. I promise. I will change. Later that week, Hillview School signed a contract with Eli to supply fruits for their lunches. Regular income. Enough to pay for his sister's treatment. Enough to live without fear every month. The principal also arranged a scholarship for his sister. Your brother stood for dignity, she told her. You should stand for your dreams. Olivia's boutique lost some big clients. Her name was damaged. But slowly, she began to rebuild her life. She hired more staff from poor backgrounds. She treated them with respect. She listened. She apologized when she was wrong. She even placed a small sign in her store. Respect is more expensive than any brand. We give it free to everyone. Sometimes, Olivia passed by Eli's cart. Now she stopped. Good morning, Eli, she would say. Good morning, madam, he replied with a gentle smile. Not from fear. Not from weakness. From strength. In this world, money can buy clothes, cars, and big houses. But it cannot buy a clean heart. Never call someone filthy, just because they are poor. Dirt on clothes can be washed. But dirt on your character stays inside. Have you ever seen someone treat a worker badly? Next time, remember Eli. And remember this. A small word of respect can lift a life. A small word of insult can destroy it.